So you spray, put on a rack, put it in there. You want to get as much of the initial food that's on the plates in the dishwasher. The reason why your dishes are coming out wet right now is because we use something called a pure rinse, final rinse. Basically, a chemical sanitizing agent is added to the dishwasher to sanitize your wares because this is not a high temp machine, it's considered low temp. Low temp being the wash temp is below 155 degrees, and then your rinse is below 180, which typically that's what a high temp is. And you use the sanitizing agent to sanitize the wares so that they are then clean to be used for human consumption, putting food on again. So the pure rinse option is an additional option that uses fresh water to rinse that sanitizing agent off. But because of that, your ware is going to be a little bit wet at the end of the cycle. It is something that can be fixed with a rinse aid, which we were going over. So you just have to work with whomever your chemical company is. I believe it's AutoCore. They will offer a rinse aid that will help take the water off the wares at the end.
A-U-T-O?
Yeah, A-U-T-O-C-H-L-O-R.
Oh, Lord.
Right.
Lord, no, there's two more. There was,
Well, you can use, yeah.
what were the, there's two more that are
There's Ecolab, right?
Eco Lab is the other one. That's the big, and then there's Byrite or
Byrite.
Byrite. That's okay. That's the other one. So those Byrite and Eco Lab are the two that we discussed with Larry about who's going to be coming out here eventually to reload your detergents
Whoever
and
you're buying
stuff.
food from, I assume you guys are buying bulk from like Cisco or something.
No, see, they'd come out and be like specific just for this,
Okay.
and that would be it.
So that's to address why the wares are coming out wet. The dirty ware issue, not particularly sure. The only thing I can think of is that you haven't been pre-scrapping well enough. If it continues to be an issue, I'll come back out. We'll get it checked out. This does come with a free startup from Hobart Service. So Hobart Service Tech would come out here for free, no charge, and look at the system, make sure it's working correctly. The basic operation of the machine is power, turns it on, fills the tank, turns the heating elements on. It'll tell you when it's ready at 130 degrees to wash. Play button is go, as you guys are probably already familiar with. And then to drain the tank again, you can turn it off. So if you're finding that in the middle of service, that maybe it's not washing the way you'd expect it to, it might be that you've either got the scrap basket, which I'll show you in a second, has food in it, and you can pull it out, and that'll help kind of get the water a little bit cleaner. Or two, just the wash water is completely gross, and you just need to drain it and refill it with fresh water. So,
Wash water is not over and over?
Yes.
yes,
That's what he said.
there is a slight
Until you turn it off.
Yes.
until you turn it off.
And then it drains.
And then it
yeah,
automatically
and you hear
pumps
it
it
get
out.
it drain, and that goes to that fill process.
There is a refresh rate, so it is refreshing. But if you're not cleaning out this scrap basket in between, the food is not going anywhere. It's just sitting in the water. And I'll show you one sec. So, rat comes out. If you guys come over here, this is the scrap basket. So basically, this part, you can just dump it out into a garbage can, and then you could rinse it here.
Okay.
The biggest thing is that you want to be gentle with this guy. You don't want to take it and smack it against a garbage can, which we all want to do because you want to get everything off of it. If this gets warped and a fork falls through or a straw or something like that, then gets sucked into the pump. You want to keep this intact as much as possible. This is your line of defense. This screen right here is your second line of defense.
Okay.
So all these parts will come out. The other thing is that I don't suggest sticking your hand in there when the unit is on.
Okay.
You see that heating element?
Yes.
That's what's getting that water up to 130 degrees.
Okay.
I suggest doing this with the machine off. This you can do with the machine on, put it back in, and basically just undo these guys. And then slide that in, and it's back in place.
Okay.
Is that water always in there like that?
No, I'm going to show you right. So I'm going to power it off and we'll dump it down. I just want to make sure that it's doing the right thing. So when you hit the power button, it's going to drain it automatically.
Okay.
Actually, you have to it's going to stop for a second. So let's say it's drained completely. At the end of the day, you want to take these arms out. These are interchangeable.
Oh.
There's top and bottom wash arms.
Okay.
This is your rinse arm. This one's not going to really get too gross because it's always going to be fresh water or the sanitized
Right,
water.
right.
You can give it a quick wipe down. You could run some water through it just to get any of the junk off the top.
Okay.
The bottom wash arm is what's recirculating this wash water from the tank.
Uh-huh.
This is what's going to get the most food particulates in it, and you want to wash this out the most.
Okay.
especially the bottom wash arm, because if you think about it, it's getting hit twice.
Right.
It's going, or actually going to hit 3 times. It goes up, down, top hits it, and then food gets collected in here. And again, it's recircling the water through the system to the top and bottom wash arms.
Okay.
How did they come off?
They just snap in and out. So the bottom wash arm slides in, and this guy snaps in, and you're locked in place.
It's just those two little buttons.
Yeah,
on
two
the
little
side.
buttons on the side
Yeah,
comes
the
off.
other part comes off.
And again, you want to do the same at the top.
Okay.
When you say if you want to wash it or clean it, you mean get a brush and brush in?
Like wipe down the inside.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. No, you're talking about the arms.
Arms, yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could spray clean.
Yeah, I didn't know if you wanted it clogged inside.
Right.
So that should be done after each wash?
At the end of the end of a dinner, ideally. Yeah, for sure. I
After
mean,
you've done like 10 loads or something?
no. The wash arms?
Yeah.
No, you could run this thing at the end of the day. Like you could run it through a whole lunch and dinner service, and then at the end of the day, wash those wash arms. That's it. Just a quick process, just to rinse it out. This thing will also run through an auto clean process, so just to kind of keep the inside nice and fresh. And then once everything is done, it's shut down, auto clean is ran. You want to keep this door kind of like that, ajar, so you don't get any condensation buildup.
Good. Okay.
At the end of the day?
Yeah, at the end of the day, when you leave, just leave that open ajar. And really, that's about it. This has
How
an
many
auto.
trays can we put in at a time? Just one?
Just one.
Okay.
Just do one at a time.
I thought it was okay. We were able to stack them.
There's no
Hey.
fee to put another.
Not in this system. All the undercounters don't allow that anymore. It used to be a thing back in the heyday of these things, but they don't say to do it
They
anymore.
don't like it.
So it's just
Yeah.
one rack per,
One
One
rack
tray
per wash.
per deal. Okay. DeRay was telling us that you could go ahead
You
and
cannot rack 3.
add them
No,
in.
you can't.
No, you're
There's
supposed
no,
to just do
there's
one
no
at a
guide
time.
to put another rack.
Yeah, but
That's what we're doing.
trays
It's supposed to
stack.
sit
Yeah,
on
yeah.
top of each other if it's flat.
Well, yeah, but we're empty.
So what's the reason why not again?
It's just your wares don't get cleaned correctly.
It doesn't get cleaned properly.
I mean, it's not like a Hobart policy.
Right.
Don't run 2 racks, you're gonna break the machine.
Right.
It's not gonna do anything to the machine.
Right.
Your wares just aren't gonna get cleaned properly.
There you go.
So the standard operating procedure is 1 rack at a time.
Okay.
I'm sure you might be able to get away with doing 2 racks every once in a while. We don't condone it.
Right.
Cups and stuff if you put it in. So those-
Well, you're not supposed to.
No,
but
you said.
but-
It's not gonna hurt the machine.
Yeah. It's not gonna hurt the machine, it's
Yeah.
just.
It's just that maybe that's why they weren't getting as clean as we thought.
Oh, well, I didn't know we had to
And,
go
you know,
there
I mean,
before.
because if it's something that's not even that dirty and you're running it through there, you could have 2 racks, right?
I didn't realize we had done.
Yeah, I don't know.
I did it all the time when it was just dust. Remember when we
yeah.
first moved back in here? Since it was just dust, well, yeah, but all the cups in the bottom, that's.
oh, that would be okay.
Yeah, and it was fine, because we didn't have food on it, so
Yeah.
nobody complained. The only complaint was there was too much water on it, and, it was a
And
mess.
so now, once we get the rinse aid, then
Right,
that will
that
alleviate
will
that problem.
alleviate
It should also help. Are you guys using